and welcome. I'm Exolite, and this is my channel. Today we're going to talk about some cryptids. In fact, we're going to leave this country, the United States that is, and we're going to head to Australia. Talk about some Australian cryptids. Before we get started, if you would please give this video a thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate it. If you are not subscribed and you would like to be, please do so. And if you do, go ahead and ring that bell and you'll be notified when my content goes up. Also, there is a thank you button down below this screen. And it's kind of like a tip jar. So if you ever feel so compelled to leave a tip, it's there. But it is completely unnecessary. And I guess that's all the housework to do, huh? Let's get started on some Australian cryptids. Considering the fact that Australia is one of the most unique environments and ecosystems, it can't be any wonder that the place is also full of strange and mythical creatures. While they may not be as famous as some of their European or Asian counterparts, Australia has their fair share of cryptids, creatures from folklore, and mythological beasts. Many are derived from Aboriginal culture, while others are more modern in their origin. Aboriginal dream time can be difficult to understand. So here's a quote from Peter Weir's The Last Wave in 1977 to help you understand a little bit better. Aboriginals believe in two forms of time, two parallel streams of activity. One is a daily objective activity, and the other is an infinite spiritual cycle called the dream time, more real than reality itself. Whatever happens in the dream time establishes the values, the symbols, and the laws of Aboriginal society. It was believed that some people of unusual spiritual powers had contact with the dream time. Basically, the dream time is a sacred era of time in Australian Aboriginal mythology. It is a kind of time before time, wherein the universe was created, mankind was created, and the creators laid down the rules for how humans should interact themselves and with their environments. During the dream time, the ancestor spirits came to earth and gave birth to the land, plants, animals, and humans. Afterwards, they turned into other objects, such as animals, and geological locations, such as hills. So, keeping that in mind, let's start with our first one for today. What do you think? Now, please forgive me if I don't pronounce these correctly. This is not a language that I'm familiar with, so I'm doing my best. But if you would like to leave a comment and tell me or tell us the correct way to pronounce one of these creatures, that would be lovely. All right. I'm going to say that this one is the bunyip rather than the bunyip, because, yeah, it doesn't look anything like it could be bunny-like. So let's call it a bunyip. So, let's introduce us. One of the most famous Australian monsters is the bunyip, and it is a creature that lives in or near bodies of water, such as creeks, pools, and swamps. There are supposedly as many as 9 regional variations of the bunyips scattered throughout Aboriginal Australia. Because it is so widely known in so many different cultures, there is no real consensus concerning exactly what one looks like. But some common characteristics include that it has tusks, flippers, and a horse-like tail. It is believed that they come out at night to feast on animals, young children, and women. If anyone has noticed the common denominator between many cryptids, it is that children oftentimes get the business end of the beast. It is said that it is loud and it bellows when it is approaching you. It is sometimes argued that they harbor supernatural powers. Originally, they were punishing spirits derived from the Aboriginal Dreamtime. But today, they have been toned down and are included in literature for children and even make appearances in television commercials. There is a long list of supposed sightings of bunyips. Some of the most recent and concentrated sightings were during the 1930s in the midst of the Depression. One possible theory for the existence of the bunyip is that they are diprotodon, which went extinct about 20,000 years ago. So they may have existed. The Dirawong, the first Dreamtime creature to appear on the list. The Dirawong is a goanna and Australian monitor lizard. It is a creator being that departed knowledge and protection to the Bundjalung Nation. It is comprised of 15 Aboriginal tribes. The Bundjalung believed that the Dirawong shared with them the knowledge of medicine, bush foods, astronomy, law, and cultural traditions such as dances, headgear, body designs, and songs. The Dirawong is supposed to resemble a Megalania prisca, a 7 to 10 meters long goanna, and went extinct about 40,000 years ago. In addition to teaching the Bundjalung how to live and survive, the Dirawong is eternally engaged in battle with the creator being known as the rainbow snake. The Dirawong once engaged in an epic battle with the rainbow snake when it had misbehaved. The resulting struggle resulted in the creation of parts of Richmond River, Snake Island, and the Pelican Islands. At the end of the struggle, the rainbow snake made it to the ocean and became an island, which is supposedly New Zealand. When the Dirawong caught up with the rainbow snake, he laid down facing the sea to guard against his return. The goanna headland at Evans Head, New South Wales, is believed to be Dirawong's physical body. Our next one is the drop bear. The best description of a drop bear is to compare it to them being giant, carnivorous koala bears. Seems cute? I don't think it is. They are said to live in tops of the eucalyptus and gum trees and hunt by dropping from trees onto the heads of their victims, knocking them unconscious, and then devouring them. Less cute, more terrifying. They are equipped with sharp teeth and razor-like claws, and it is said that they prefer to hunt at night and are not afraid of attacking creatures that are much, much larger than they are. However, the reality with this particular cryptid is that it is probably fake and was invented with the sole purpose of scaring away tourists and outsiders, and obviously children. As children are frequently told stories of the deadly koala cousins and how they should avoid them. There are some completely ridiculous methods of keeping them away, such as spreading toothpaste or Vegemite behind your ears and on your neck. If you have Vegemite behind your ears or on your neck, I will stay away from you. That's a guarantee. Although the best method of protecting oneself from a drop bear attack is to hold a screwdriver above one's head. If a drop bear attacks, it will accidentally impale itself on the tool. So, I wonder how many people are walking around holding screwdrivers above their heads. Our next one, the Hawkesbury River Monster. In New South Wales lies the Hawkesbury River, and it is home to one of Australia's strangest cryptids. The beast, known simply as the Hawkesbury River Monster, is kind of an aquatic lizard, much like the Loch Ness Monster in Scotland. Descriptions of the creature liken it to the prehistoric plesiosaur, extinct for 70 million years. Sightings report that it is between 7 and 24 meters long. It supposedly has 2 sets of flippers and a lengthy snake-like head and neck. The monster was first heard of by settlers in the 1800s, although there is Aboriginal rock that has artwork on it that is over 3,000 to 4,000 years old in the area that describes this very creature. The settlers were told stories by the Aboriginals of women and children, of course, being attacked by the Moolewonk or Miriel Yar, both of them Aboriginal names for the monster that lurks in the river. Much like its Scottish cousin, the Hawkesbury River Monster has gained significant attention from not only the scientific world, but many hunters and cryptozoologists. They have come and spent decades trying to locate and or catch this monster. There have been hundreds of reported sightings, so the odds are that those monster hunters are going to be scouring the area for many years to come. And our last one for today has already been mentioned. It is the rainbow serpent, and it is one of the most important creator beings in the entirety of the Aboriginal Dreamtime mythology. It believes that the worship of the rainbow serpent represents the world's oldest continuous religious tradition. The rainbow serpent, or the rainbow snake, is a common motif and character in Aboriginal art and mythology. The stories of the rainbow serpent vary from region to region, explaining why it can be worshipped as a creator being in most of Australia, but also as an antagonist by the Bundjalung Nation. George Kalupka, the biggest authority of Arnhem Land rock, writes this as his quote: "The belief of the rainbow snake, a personification of fertility, increased richness in propagation of plants and animals, and rain. It's common throughout Australia. It is a creator of human beings, having life-giving powers that send conception spirits into all the water holes. It is responsible for regenerating rains and also for storms and floods when it acts as an agent of punishment against those who transgress the law or are upsetting it in any way." In Dreamtime mythology, the rainbow serpent slept beneath the ground until the time of creation. At that time it awoke and it pushed its way to the surface, which was creating ridges, mountains, and gorges in the process. Since then, the rainbow serpent inhabits permanent water holes and controls the water. Like the Dirawong, the mythology behind the rainbow serpent is incredibly complex and fascinating. All right, I have a few more that I will do coming up at a later time. I really am enjoying these ones. Okay, you guys, thank you for coming, and good night.